Hello, my name is James Powell, and today we're going to be looking at the web analytics tools of WordPress. To accomplish this, we're going to look at my personal business blog, which is of the Kilted One Branding and Marketing. We're going to show you this in the hopes that you small businesses out there and startups can see that there are free tools available that can be very effective in your internet marketing strategies. So without further ado, let's take a look at some of the analytics of this particular blog. We start off by looking through our dashboard. Now the dashboard gives us a lot of different statistical readouts as far as, how much space we've used, what our tags are, our readers' comments, what we've recently written, who's been posting, where they're from. It's kind of a cool deal. It also has a stats box there that gives you a basic graph of, how many people have read today. What we want to do now is go to the View All in that stats box, and let's take a look at the numbers. As we can see, we've got a lot of different readouts here from, our daily, weekly, and monthly to where they're viewed in each country, top posts, how many clicks occurred, especially with our links that we include in our blogs, reference points, where they refer to our blog through Facebook, Twitter, or stumble upon, what kind of tags we have, what search engine terms are being used, our total followers, and who are top commenters. Now, I know if you're like me, when I first got into this, I saw all these numbers and I was saying to myself, what does all this mean? All I see is numbers and graphs. I'm confused. Help me. And there was nobody there to help me, but I'm here for you. Well, what this all means is we now have the ability to identify trends within our blog site. We can look at the numbers, we can look at all the graphs, and it's very obvious that there's specific trend factors and, trends that are easily corrected or trends that maybe are a really good thing. As we can see in this particular graph, I did a lot of posting in August, and April, and June. But we can also see starting in October and on through August, I was really lacking. The numbers don't lie. Well, we've identified all these trends, but what good is it to us? What do we do once we know these trends? How do we move forward? Well, now that we know the trends, we can establish some SMART goals. Now, SMART goals are very specific, they're measurable, they involve some sort of action, they're relevant, and they're timely. We use these goals to establish short-term goals, meaning this isn't in our long-term perspectives. This is our short-term. This is how we are going to make sure we're doing our job in the here and now, and in the not-so-distant future. Now, we measure these goals through KPIs, or Key Performance Indicators. Now, these KPIs are measured by numbers, they're simple, and they have a specific justification of our SMART goals. So what do I mean by measurable numbers? Well, it's very simple. If we set a SMART goal of we want to increase our blog posts by 20% over the next 6 months, that is measurable because we have set the percentage and we've set the time frame. And they're very simple. If we reach this goal, we have definitely justified our SMART goal. If we can't reach that goal, then we need to reevaluate those goals and reevaluate our key performance indicators. So now We must take action. So up to this point, we've been talking about analytics. Well, you may be sitting here thinking to yourself, what is analytics and why do I really need to know this? As we can see from the examples given, analytics allows us to accurately track a lot of our endeavors. But it doesn't have to be hard. These free tools allow you to be able to do this on your own after work, or maybe even hire somebody to do it for you at work at little to no cost to you. I chose to use WordPress because of its simplicity. You as a small business owner have enough complexities in your life with taxes and sales and all these things going on. When are you going to find time to work on your online presence? Well, this particular system allows you to do that and allows you to accurately track the who, what, when, where, and why. Well, not necessarily the why, because analytics is the study of the why. We want to know that story behind how people got there. The blog will allow you to do that a lot easier, in my personal opinion, than, let's say, just having a website. We can give examples of websites, such as the business owner who was just ecstatic about having 10,000 hits on his website. And that's great. But what the website analyst wants to know is, how did they get there? How are the people getting there? Why are they getting there? What are they doing when they get there? But we have to look at all these things, that story behind the numbers. When all's said and done, a lot of times those numbers are not real numbers. They're not real people. They're the website developer trying to make sure everything's working properly. They're the web crawlers that are going in going, okay, here's a hit on the site. That doesn't do you, the business owner, any good. So what we want to do is we want to take a systematic approach. As we could see in the examples given, there was how are they getting there socially? Well, WordPress allows you to share onto Facebook, and that allows more people to share, and that drives traffic onto your site. So how do we measure that? Well, if they're going to your site and they're posting, we can measure that. That's a good measurement. If they're sharing it online, we can't necessarily track all those shares, but we can track some of those. Therefore, we have a measurement. But let's get to the root of the blog. The blog is for your business. If you hire somebody to blog for you, and they say they're blogging for you, and you don't believe them, this is where the analytics comes in as a fun tool, especially with these reports. You can go in and say, you know what, you said you blogged 4 times last week, but it's not registering anything. So you now have an accurate way to track that. It's a great tool to have. If you're doing the blogging yourself and you set your SMART goal of, I want to blog 3 times a week for the next 6 weeks, you can go in and make sure that you're staying on top of you. That's important for businesses today. I'm not going to sit here and harp on you and tell you that you have to have a blog or have to use WordPress. I feel that WordPress gives great tools at no cost. Now you can get the paid version, which is wordpress.org. I do have specific blogs that I use on there, and those are ones I actually keep on top of. So my suggestion for all you business owners out there, get on WordPress, start your blog, start tracking your blog, and follow those analytics to a T. They will help you set those goals, those short-term goals that are so important in today's market. We have an economy that is tanking, and it's getting worse every day. We can't afford to throw money down the drain. We can't afford to train new employees to read enterprise software. To find somebody that can do that, you're going to be paying $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year. Or you can do this yourself. And when I say do it yourself, I don't necessarily mean you as a business owner, but you have an employee that can do it. I've personally trained over 30 different companies' employees how to accurately do this. If you have any questions, I will leave my number at the end of this presentation and my contact information. Please feel free to call me with any questions. I'm James Powell, known as the Kilted One. Thank you.